I chose the name Nyxiryn for my baby, but my aunt called it a curse and said everyone will bully her. Now the rest of the family is judging us. Did we make a huge mistake? I am 29, and I recently gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl. My husband, 31, and I spent months deliberating over the perfect name for her. We're both into mythology and literature, and we wanted a name that felt unique but also meaningful. After a lot of back and forth, we settled on Nyxiryn, pronounced Nyxiryn. It's a combination of Nyx, the Greek goddess of the night, and Irina, which means peace in Greek. We thought it sounded poetic, strong, and unique. I shared the name with my family a few weeks before she was born, and the reactions were mixed. Some of them thought it was cool and different, but others were clearly taken aback. My mom said it was a mouthful, and my sister-in-law, 34, was silent for a while before saying, "Well, it's interesting." The real drama started at a family dinner after the baby was born. My aunt, 62, who is never shy about her opinions, asked me what we ended up naming our daughter. When I told her, she immediately burst into laughter, like a full-on cackle. I was taken aback and asked what was so funny, and she said, "You seriously named your kid that? Poor child. You've practically cursed her with that name." I tried to keep my cool and asked what she meant, and she went on a rant about how Nyxiryn is a made-up, weird name that would just make my daughter's life harder. She said that she would be bullied in school, that no one would ever spell it right, and that we were trying too hard to be unique. She even went so far as to call me selfish for giving her a name like that and said I was setting her up for a life of frustration. I snapped back, saying that it's our baby and our choice of name, and that she should respect it. She then accused me of being sensitive and said I wouldn't last in the real world if I couldn't handle a little feedback. The whole dinner turned awkward, and my husband and I ended up leaving early. Now I'm starting to second-guess myself. My mom said my aunt was out of line, but also added that people do have a point and suggested that we might want to consider a more normal name. My husband says we shouldn't change anything just because a few people don't like it, but the whole thing has left me feeling conflicted. So, am I the asshole for naming my baby Nyxiryn and for getting upset when my aunt called me out on it? Best comments. You're the asshole. On the plus side, your daughter can change her name as soon as she turns 18. As for your aunt, she is not required to respect the name because you think she should, and if the name strikes her as being funny, she can laugh. You can do what you want, but you cannot control how others react to it. As for your daughter, poor Nyxiryn. It's actually spelt Nyxiryn. The joke went right over your head. Everyone is going to be calling her something crazy and incorrect. Only 18 years more of correcting people. It's going to be a lot longer than that for poor baby Nyxiryn. It's actually spelt Nexium. Clearly is Nyxiryn. I'd bet good money that she changes it the second that she's legally able to. Nyxiryn Plus. The new Nyxiryn now with 24 hours effectiveness. You should honestly feel ashamed of yourself. Unique name, cool. But you completely made up stuff. You could have gone with just Nyx. You could have gone with Irina. Instead, you chose to mix names, change some letters to be special, and ruin your daughter's life. She will be teased. No one will be able to pronounce her name, but you and your husband. Eventually, she'll have to grow up and get a job. People judge based on names. She'll graduate high school, college, and the presenter won't be able to pronounce it. Roll call in school is ruined for her. She's not some pet. She is a human who has to live with the name. Sorry, but that is a terrible name. Your aunt is right. The bullying and mocking will be relentless. I also hate to break it to you, but someone seeing the name on a resume will likely assume it is a typo. I am assuming you'll want her to be happy, independent, and fearless one day. Change her name. You have a beautiful name in front of you, Irina. Have you noticed yet that not a single commenter has defended your name choice? It's effing awful and is tantamount to child abuse. Nobody cares how it's spelled because nobody will ever be able to spell it correctly or pronounce this ridiculously absurd name. I have an unusual name that meant something to my parents. I hate it. No one can spell it or pronounce it correctly. I was teased terribly, and as an adult, it's a huge pain doing the automated stuff over the phone because the computer doesn't really recognize unusual names. I wish I had a regular name. Update number 1. Wow, I didn't expect this post to blow up the way it did. Thanks, I think, to everyone who chimed in, whether you love the name or said it sounded like a sleep aid with mild side effects. A few wild things have happened since I posted. Number 1, my aunt found the post. Apparently, someone screenshotted it and sent it to her because I got a call where she was in actual tears about being dragged online and said I made her sound like a name-bullying villain. I said, "Okay, but you did literally laugh in my newborn's face?" And she hung up. Number 2, she brought printouts to my grandma's house. No, I'm not kidding. She staged a full-on family intervention. There was a PowerPoint titled Nyxiryn, reconsidering choices for the child's sake, and my mom brought brownies like it was a bake sale for emotional manipulation. They read out comments from Reddit like testimonials in court. My cousin said it feels like a name you'd use to summon a storm demon in Dungeons and Dragons. My grandma just kept saying, "Why not Sarah?" Number 3, and now the HOA is involved. Because why not? So, here's the kicker. I made a little wooden sign for our front lawn that says, "Welcome Nyxiryn," with little stars and a crescent moon. It's cute, okay? Not neon or anything. Just whimsical. Well, a few days later, I get a typed letter in our mailbox. Of course it was typed from our HOA, stating that decor of fantastical nature not aligned with community aesthetics may constitute grounds for further review. I wish I was kidding. They think the name Nyxiryn on a lawn sign is too imaginative for the vibe of the neighborhood. Karen from 3 doors down even came by to ask, "Is that a character from Game of Thrones?" I told her no, but now I wish I'd said yes and added Mother of Night. Breaker of traditional naming conventions. So anyway, we're still not changing her name. Yes, we're still in the family group chat, but it's been renamed Name Support Circle, and my messages keep getting ignored. And yes, I'm planning to repaint the sign with glitter paint and a subtle glowing aura just to test the HOA's limits. Thanks for your concern, your chaos, and your jokes. Blessings from the dark goddess of suburban defiance, a proud mom and her magical little Nyxiryn. Best comments. The name literally means nothing in it in Dutch, lol. If you say Nyxiryn quickly with Dutch phonetics, it could loosely resemble Nyxiryn, which actually does mean nothing in it. Oh my god, yes. I was laughing so loud. Who calls their kid nothing in it? This is hilarious. And super sad for the kid.